struggle. Everything you try to do somehow just does not go to plan. You have these big dreams. However, the realities of life have come along like a pair of boxing gloves and beaten you up, forcing you in your mind to give up. I hear some people say it's been really hard for me. I've tried and tried. My finances are low and I have no one to turn to for help. There are many things in your life that you may run out of. You can run out of money. You can run out of friends. You can even run out of resources. However, you must never, ever run out of hope. If you lose hope, somehow you lose that vitality that keeps life moving. You lose that courage to be, that quality that helps you go on in spite of it all. Many great achievements of the world were accomplished by tired and discouraged men and women who kept on working with hope in their heart and mind. Hope is the vein through which your dreams and aspirations flow through. In troubled times, hope gives you a PhD in getting back up, while a lack of hope gives you a master's degree in not succeeding. A life void of hope has no care. A life absent of care has no meaning. A life without meaning has no purpose. And a life fueled without purpose has no direction. And a life with no direction just drifts along endlessly. Only pausing when faced with the inevitable question we all have to ask ourselves one day: what have I done with my life? When we were children, we hoped too much. As we grow into adults, we do not hope enough. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Everything that is done in the world is done by hope. As oxygen is to the lungs, so is hope to the meaning of life." Breathe new life into your past or present aspirations, whatever they may be, with a massive injection of hope. Remember, he who does not hope to win has already lost.
Good evening, and welcome to this week's edition of Lean Bites Live. You know, I really love that message. I don't know if any of you realize this, but I used to be called the Hope Dealer. It was a AKA name I used when I wrote my first book, which was The Seven Principles of Respectism. And the word hope is an acronym for having only positive expectations. I think that's a great acronym, don't you? Absolutely great acronym. And I really, really love that message. So that message about hope is the message for this week. So good evening, Mr. P. Welcome. As always, thank you very much for being on the show. If you are watching a show on YouTube or you're watching a show on Facebook, please just say hello. It's nice to hear who's on the line today in the middle of lockdown. I think we're like 2 weeks in. We've got another 2 weeks to go in a lockdown. And I was just reading earlier on about the government's possible plans for Christmas, and it doesn't look that pretty. It doesn't look like we're going to have a normal Christmas this Christmas. It could be a Christmas whereby we're not meeting family and friends. But hey, we'll have to see how that goes. So good evening, Cynthia. Pleased that you're joining us on this Wednesday. Welcome, absolutely welcome. Good evening, Pauline. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's a pleasure to see you on board. I really hope you gain something from this evening. If there's anybody else there on the line, please just say hello. I just want to say thank you to Mark for his show on Monday. Claudia, good evening, Claudia. Good evening, Claudia. Nice to see you this evening. Thank you very much for coming on board. And yeah, absolutely. Mark, that was an excellent show with Mark Delgatti on Monday from Delgatti Teas. Thank you very, very much, Mark, for your participation on Monday. I really, really enjoyed the show. And we'll be back next week with another great show, and I'll tell you more about that later on. But today is all about the L.E.A.N MindBody Method. It's a method that transformed my life, and today I actually want to share with you a core part of that. We're not going to go too deep. We're just going to go a basic level for any one of you that just wants to kind of start a kind of sugar reduction. It doesn't have to be a full low carb diet, but I'll tell you, it doesn't matter how much you reduce sugar, that sugar reduction is going to benefit you. And you know, this was the benefit for me on my diet. So that's how I benefited from reducing my sugar. So you can benefit as well. It doesn't have to be all about weight. Some of you might be, you know, slim, as Dunstan said on a couple of weeks ago. But everybody can benefit from reducing their sugar. It may, as I said, it may not be weight loss, but reducing your sugar can help with your skin. You know, on my last program, so many people talked about their skin had improved, their hair had improved, the way you have that carb crash where you feel tired throughout the day, you have that spike of energy just after you eat, and then your energy goes down. That will go. Bloating will go, so you won't feel so heavy after your meal. So, okay, the reception is bad, Claudia. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening there, but see what you can do. We're here. I hope no one's having any problems with the reception. I did check, and it did look like it was the output was fine. So if anybody else is having any problems, please let me know, and then I'll have to deal with that. But you can benefit in so many ways, and not, as I said, not just weight. I mean, even if you have diabetes, I won't go too deep into diabetes, but pre-diabetes definitely. I mean, I reversed my pre-diabetes through my methodology of living. So if you got high blood sugar levels, this is the perfect time for you to be on. You know, and I keep on this every single week because look, we can't control if we get coronavirus because it can come to us in any form. But what we can control is how our body deals with it, in the sense of we make our bodies as healthy as possible so that if we do get the coronavirus or any illness, we can recover quickly. And I keep saying that this is in your choice. This is in your role. You can take control of this. You don't have to be reactive. I mean, I think a couple of weeks ago, last week, I was speaking about reactive and proactive health. What we are discussing today is called proactive healthcare. And I'm so passionate about it. And I'm going to bang on every week to anybody who wants to listen. Thank you very much for that confirmation, Pauline, that the reception is nice and clear. It may just be a kind of reception with Claudia. But Claudia, I hope you're still with us. It's not, you're watching on the replay, but I appreciate you at least tuning in. So let's get started with what I want to share with you today. I'm actually just going to turn the comments off for the moment, but you can comment again afterwards. All right. So let's just get started with today. Now, I have to say to you, you know, before you start reducing your sugar in any way, before you start changing what you eat, the first thing you must change is your mindset. You know, this is the foundation of the L.E.A.N MindBody Method because I focus on nutrition, sleep, exercise, and mindset. But mindset is the foundation because, look, we've been conditioned to think a certain way. We've been conditioned to eat certain foods, and we've been told these foods are good for us. What we need to do is challenge that notion and understand that the narrative we grew up on is not serving us well. And if we do not change our mindset, then this is a waste of time. It's a waste of time you being on here. If you're not prepared to embrace a new mindset, a new way of thinking, then what I'm going to share with you is going to make no difference because it's only when you get a new mindset that you will get new results. And I really want you to bear that in mind. The first thing you need to look at changing is your mindset. And this is why often people, they go on a diet, because I don't speak so much about diet, I speak about lifestyle change. And then what happens is they do it for 2 months, 3 months, great. And then all of a sudden they go back. Or they're doing the change of lifestyle and something comes their way and it just throws them off. That's because they're just doing it. They haven't attempted to change their mindset, which is the foundation of everything. So please, I want to make that clear. You need to work on your mindset. And the way you work on your mindset, one way is by educating yourself. This is one of the first things I did. I was doing this before I even started on the low carb. I educated myself, and I'm going to share with you two books. I've read countless numbers of books and have qualifications in this kind of diet, but I just want to share two books which I found really useful, which I would encourage you to go out and get. You can get them on Amazon. You could even get them in Audible and just listen to them on your phone. And these books will help you with your education and changing the mindset. The first book was a great book. It's called Why We Get Fat. Good evening, baby. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. Why We Get Fat. This is a phenomenal book by a guy called Gary Taubes. He changed the narrative around low carb, sugar reduction, eating. It is absolute. He wrote a more expanded book called Good Calories, Bad Calories. But this book is a synopsis of that, and it's a really great read. You get this book, it will really help to open your eyes about some of the misconceptions that we've been led to believe. And the other book is The Big Fat Surprise by Nina Telshot. This is another great book. These two books together will be a great foundation. Any one of them. If, to be honest with you, if I was to recommend one, it would be there would be Why We Get Fat. It would be that book. I really think, I've watched that, listened to it, read it so many times. So I would recommend, if you want to get one out of the two, get Why We Get Fat, and then you can get The Big Fat Surprise by Nina Telcho. And as I said, you can get it on Audible, and you can just listen to it in your car while you're doing your shopping. It will really help you if you want to start on this low carb journey. And of course, you should also subscribe to Tribe, my membership program that I launched this week. And I'm going to tell you all about that. That is, I would say, even better than the books, simply because it has a wider range of support given you, not just information, but there's support and there's coaching and there's so much on there. All right. So definitely educate yourself if you want to start on this journey in any way. All right. So look, I'm not going to go in too deep, but I'm going to give you just a few levels in which you can start your sugar reduction diet. The first level is you just want to reduce your sugar. You may not want to lose weight. Yeah, but you think, I'm eating too much sugar here. I want to reduce my sugar, because you might think, well, you know what? I just want to have more energy. I want clear skin. It may not be a weight issue. That's great. That's great, because even that small decrease in sugar will help you. And if you want to do that, then what you could do as this level of sugar reduction, you might think, well, I'm just going to give up tea and my sugar. It may be something similar like that. Or I'm going to give up fizzy drinks. Or I'm going to give up sugar and in my tea and coffee and fizzy drinks. Or you might say, you know what, I am going to do this. One meal a day, I'm going to have no form of carbohydrates. And we're going to talk about the forms of carbohydrates later on. So it may be your lunch. That is going to be a no carb. Or it may be your dinner. That is going to be a no carb. And you're going to do that every day. All right. So this is just you saying to yourself, I want to just reduce my sugar and be just a little bit more healthy. The improvement will help. I would suggest you go a little bit further, but hey, if you're giving up even the quantity of sugar that you're eating right now, believe me, you'll see the results, and it will be absolutely totally beneficial to you. Now, the next level is you might want to kickstart. Yes. Now, this is where I start to work with people, and they think, well, okay, I really think I want to really change my lifestyle. With this level here, you're saying, well, you want to reduce your carbohydrates intake and your sugar intake below, say, about 90 to 100 grams. All right. And you can do that. I mean, if you're very, very conscious, if you reduced all your carbs for your breakfast, dinner, and lunch, and your sugar, you can reduce it near 100 grams a day. And that's just what I would advise you to do. This is the least I would say to everybody, to minimize your carb intake between 90 to 100 grams a day. Anything below that, but that would mean a bit more effort on your part. All right, a little bit more discipline. We're going to be talking about that in a minute, but this is the level which I always kind of suggest people start with. And now, if you now want to go cold turkey, if you're saying, well, hey, I want to go all in on this, this is where you start to reduce your carbohydrate levels below about 50 grams. Say 50 to 30 grams. This is when you start moving into the ketogenic stage. And just so you know, a low carb diet and a ketogenic diet are the same thing. A ketogenic diet is just a lower quantity. So if you're eating anything below 50 grams of net carbs, and I'll talk about net carbs another time, then you are technically on a ketogenic diet. I mean, there are people who say you have to go below 20 because the purpose of a ketogenic diet is to produce ketones in your body. But you can do that. Some people can produce ketones at just under 50 grams. So, but if you're looking to go to 50, or if you're looking to go even to the stricter level of 20 grams, you're going to need to count your carb content. You're really going to need the app. You need to be able to measure everything that you do. And we show you how to do that in Tribe. So any one of these levels, we show you how to do. So you have to decide which one of these levels that you want to go on. And the question is, which one do you want to view? Which one do you want to go? Which one should I go on? You're thinking, well, should I go on the Kickstart, or should I do the cold turkey? Well, let's give Nick, just give you a little prompt, say some of the things you might have to think of. One, how self-disciplined are you? I mean, I'm very self-disciplined, to be honest with you. So I decided, once I made my mind up, that was it. I just went for it because I knew it was going to benefit me. And the day I went for it, I never stopped. Good evening, KK. Nice to see you on the show as usual. So I'm incredibly self-disciplined, but you may not be. So if you are not self-disciplined, I wouldn't say do not go for the really strict version of a low carbohydrate diet, because you're going to fall off the wagon until you start to see the benefits, and then you have a little bit more motivation. Possibly go for, the Kickstart or the sugar reduction. That's just, I am just trying to share that with you. All right, good evening, whoever that is on LinkedIn. I can't see your name, but it's great to know you are trying. The other consideration you need is whether you are a sugar addict, because so many people are sugar addicts and they don't even know. They don't even know they're addicted to sugar. And they eat and then they have to eat again and they have to eat something sweet, and they are sugar addicts and they don't even realize. Now, if you are a real sugar addict, it's going to take a lot just to wipe out all your carbs. So if you feel you're a sugar addict, yeah, possibly start at the higher level. But you may need to go cold turkey. Why? Because listen, it depends on your health condition as well. So if you want to reduce your sugar intake because of your health condition, that can dictate, because any one of these health conditions here, tiredness, depression, diabetes, blood pressure, stroke, weight gain, a low carb diet can help you with all of these. Now, if that is the case, you may need to be strict from the beginning. You may need to go to the lower level right from the beginning. So, how do you decide what level? Again, it's your self discipline, how disciplined you are, and the real health reasons why you are starting that journey, which should make up your mind. But whatever the reason, remember, you can step up. You don't have to go straight in as deep as some people. But I would advise, I really like the Kickstart and the cold turkey. Let's just go for it, because I'm telling you, the benefits you'll receive will amaze you. It will just amaze you. I'm telling you, I've been amazed at the benefits that I've received. All right. But the one thing you also need to do is understand the difference between carbs and sugar. Is there a difference? Yes, there's a difference. But carbohydrates are sugars. Carbohydrates are sugars. This is the question. Are all carbs sugars? Yes. All carbohydrates are sugars. Fact. All carbohydrates turn to a form of sugar in your body. But Not all carbohydrates are created equal. All right. In its simplistic form, you have simple carbs and you have complex carbs, and they are measured through your glycemic index. This is how the simple carbs and complex carb is measured through your glycemic index, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, the glycemic load of the food. All right. It's a simple way to do it, but there are some things that are seen as complex carbs that are still not great on a low carb sugar reduction diet. That's if you want to go a little bit further than just reducing your sugar. But not all carbs are created equal, and I'm just going to point you on that in a moment. And the thing you have to learn to read labels. You have to take your time, and whenever you pick up something, read the labels, because hidden sugar is in everything. I mean, sugar has 56 names. There are 56 different names and counting for sugar. So you have to learn that when you pick up a product in the supermarket, turn it over, look at the ingredients, and they're listed in order of the quantity in them. And far often you will see that so many products contain sugar. And in Tribe, we have a whole list. We teach you how to read labels and everything else. So this is an important task for you to do, whatever level you're on, because sometimes you're eating foods with hidden sugar in it you don't even realize. All right, so definitely learning to read labels is something you absolutely need to do. And you need to understand macros. All right, you really need to understand what's called macros. So we have three macronutrients. They're protein, fats, and carbs. All right, there are actually four, because alcohol is actually a macronutrient, but that is not often said. All right. Protein has essential amino acids. So you get essential amino acids that your body can't produce it. In fats, you gain essential fatty acids. But let me tell you something, in carbs, there's nothing essential. You do not need to have your carb intake in any form whatsoever, because your body, through a form of gluconeogenesis, can produce any kind of glucose you need for your brain. In fact, your brain works better on ketones. But there is a process called gluconeogenesis, which happens on demand, which can feed your body. So you have no dietary intake to take in carbs. There's nothing essential that comes from carbs. But hey, we've been grown up to think we need carbs for energy. We absolutely don't. I mean, we can get about 2,000 calories. Our body can store 2,000 calories from carbs, but it can store 40,000 calories from fat. But it's not all fats, because we have to be careful of the fats we eat, because polyunsaturated fat, these double bonded fats, are acidic. They are bad for us. So you need to, again, come back to what I said, educate yourself about the different type of fats. And you need to also educate yourself about carbohydrates, because on a low carb diet, there are certain type of carbohydrates which are taboo, and there are certain carbohydrates which is okay to eat. But it comes down to educating. Don't just jump in. Learn about what you're doing. So look, there is good protein. Meats, or on a low carb diet, you can eat all forms of meats. Protein is absolutely a wonderful thing. And I'm actually going to have some lamb neck this evening, and I had some oxtail recently. So if you love meat, you can definitely eat a protein diet. And also, even if you're a vegan, you can still do this a low carb diet. When it comes to fats, there are also good fats. All right. What's it? I don't know what Mr. P is saying. There are also good fats there. All right. Now, when I first started my low carb diet, I was nervous about fats. I mean, I actually didn't want to eat an avocado because I thought it would make me put on weight, to be honest with you. But I've learned that fats don't make you fat. So things like salmon, avocado, nuts, coconut oil, um, um, olive oil, these are good fats. And you need to understand what are good fats. And then the carbohydrates, the kind of carbohydrates that you can eat, which are the leafy green carbohydrates, which don't raise your blood sugar as fast, and we eat them. And yes, you can get protein from other things besides meat. Absolutely, you can. But meat is a great source. But yeah, you absolutely can from things like tofu and XYZ. You can get protein from other sources. And when I work with a vegan or someone who's a vegetarian, I have vegetarian meals which do provide adequate protein. So yes, you can get protein from things other than meat. But I like meat. All right, I like oxtail and curry goat. But you need to be clear about the right type of proteins, the right type of fats, and the right type of carbohydrates you need to eat. And that's if you're going deeper. All right, that's if you're going deeper. All right, nuts, vegetables, and fats. And there are lots of healthy fats, and don't fear the fat. Don't fear the fat. When it comes to if you want to embrace a low carb diet, don't fear the fat. All right, do not fear fat. As I said, fear certain fats, the polyunsaturated fats. You know, when my mum used to go to the market, Ridley Mode Market, and I used to see her come in with the big container of vegetable oil. You know, the big one that I couldn't even carry as a young man. No, no good. That's a double bonded oil that is acidic. No sunflower oil, no vegetable oil. In fact, I'll do a session and I'll explain to you the difference and how that affects your body. Yeah, olive oil. So look at healthy fats. All right. Now, the other thing you need to do if you are going to go on a low carb diet or sugar reduction diet, and I think it doesn't matter what level you're going to do, is reset your kitchen. And when I say what I mean by reset your kitchen, it's arranging your kitchen so it has only foods that you want to eat. Because what you need to do is remove temptation out of the way. Now, if you live with someone, it's more difficult. I always say to people, then what you need to do is assign a cupboard or a portion of the cupboard for your bits, your foods. But resetting your kitchen is an imperative part of really sustaining this kind of lifestyle that you want to do. And again, in Tribe, we have a whole course that takes you through the process of how to reset your kitchen. All right. But you actually really do need to remove as much temptation out of the way as you can. All right. And you need to rethink your drinks because yes, so marijuana, yes, avoid temptation, absolutely. And you need to rethink your drinks because I mean, I'm drinking water here. I drink water and I drink a drink called kombucha. Now, there are these drinks here, they're full of sugar, and even the low fat drinks, and sometimes even the diet drinks, not great for you. But you really do need to rethink your drinks because they're like liquid sugar. All right, all right. And then once you've done a reset, and with your kitchen, you need to go out and just buy all the good new stuff that you're gonna eat. Just go out and shopping and buy all the good stuff you're gonna eat. And again, I have to refer back to Tribe. We have a detailed shopping list, an interactive shopping list that you can tick out. You can tick everything that you need. Claudia, you can't resist coconut drops. Ah, I love well, I used to love coconut drops. I used to, not now. I used to, Claudia. Right, we have an interactive shopping list which details your meats, your vegetables, so many things that you can. I'm glad you're watching it with the kids, Mariana, because that's an area that we're going to focus on in Tribe, and that's about family low carb, and that's coming very soon to Tribe. But we have an interactive shopping list there which you can take and you can just tick off. This is what I want. These are the resources that you will have in Tribe. But it's important to restock your kitchen. And again, that's in the Reset Your Kitchen course in Tribe, all right? And again, I just want to repeat to you, what you need to do is educate yourself. Educate yourself, educate yourself. And you can definitely do that within the Tribe community. It is a resource that can really help you set on your path. So just to recap in what I was saying there, if you want to reduce your sugar and change the way you feel, then just reduce your sugar a little bit. You can go a little bit further and go to Kickstart and then reduce your carbohydrates below about 100. Or if you want to go to where I went and go cold turkey, then you want to reduce it below 50 grams. But you will need to be able to start counting the carbohydrates. And there's so many apps you could do that until you get used to what you're eating. All right. Now, any one of them will benefit you. obviously the deeper you go, the more it will benefit you. And if you do it as a household, it's great. You know, over this 28-day period, you could, or the lockdown period, over the next 14 days as a family, you can say, right, as a family, we are going to do this. We're going to give up this amount of sugar, or we're going to do this as a family. It's great as a family, because what you're then doing, you're then supporting each other. And, you know, I think Mariana said she's watching it with her children. Great, get the children involved. On the tribe community, there are recipes that you can make, that you can bake with your children. That's great when you get them involved in the activity. And what's great is when they eat a low carb dish and it still tastes lovely, they think, oh, wow, well, I could eat this. And then when they start to feel the benefits, hi, whoever that is on Facebook, and when they start to feel the benefits, then it's great. All right. So do this as an activity and just choose the level you want. By, again, even a small reduction in sugar will help you feel better, look better, and think better. All right. So now I just want to move, I'm going to move on to the next session of the show. Here we go. Let me put the podcast up. Let me put the comments back up there. And you know what's coming up next, Mr. P? It's the sugar smash. Yes, it's a sugar smash. And this is the section of the show where I kind of show you how much sugar there is in certain foods you eat. And you can have a chance to guess. All right. It's a little bit. Now, last week, I think I did well. I think I was able to catch you out. So let's see how you're going to be this evening, Mr. P. I know I'm going to buzz you. Get it wrong, I'm going to buzz. I've got the buzzer ready. So let's get started with the sugar smash. All right. And it's all about you saying no to sugar. I mean, it's quite apt for today's show. Just saying no to sugar. All right. And again, to reaffirm what I've said, all of these things on the screen, the banana, the fruits, they're all different forms of sugar. So when you eat carbohydrates, it turns into glucose in your body, which is a form of sugar. When you eat fruit, it turns into fructose, which is metabolized in your liver, but it's still a form of sugar. And they all can make you put on weight. So this is why you need to give up sugar in all its forms, not just the table sugar, but the simple carbohydrates which turn to sugar in your body. And this section is about bringing awareness about certain foods that you may not be aware have so much sugar. So let's get started today. But these are the government guidelines. That I used to love bananas too, baby. I really did. I haven't had a banana for years. If in fact a banana is one of the highest sugar content fruits there is. I'm disappointed because I used to love bananas. But anyway, so 9 teaspoons for men, 36 grams, and 6 teaspoons for women. These are the government guidelines, but they say added sugar. But, you know, we should also include the sugar that's in your food. So let's go. Let's see. There are 3. Let's see if how we're going to get on today. The first one is 265 grams worth of fufu. All right. So because I'm nice, I used to let you guess. Now I'll give you 3 options. So these are the 3 options. Is it A, 12 teaspoons, B, 14 teaspoons, C, 16 teaspoons? How much sugar? Now, fufu is a wonderful dish. I mean, a number of the African friends I know that eat it all the time. I don't personally know how to make it, but I've heard it's a delicious dish. But it's a carbohydrate. And if you want to give up sugar, it's something you need to give up or at least reduce. So we're talking about 12 teaspoons, 14 teaspoons, or 16 teaspoons. So we've got B, we've got KK coming in with B. Because I'm not going to be nice to Mr. I'm going to wait for him to come in with a number to see if he can come in and see whether it's that. Let's see. So, we have a joint B there from, I don't know if anybody else wants to have a guess who's on the line at the moment. Let's see. Marion says 16, which is C. Okay, Mariana, hopefully I pronounced your name right. So let's smash this fufu and see where we're at. All right, let's smash it. All right now. Okay, 16 Mariana, you done well. And Pauline, you did C. Well done, Pauline. Well done, Mariana. And I have to say to KK, this is all I have to say to KK and Mr. P. Yeah, you got that one wrong. You got that one wrong. But well done, Pauline. And well done, Mariana. You got that one. 16, imagine 16 teaspoons worth of sugar. And all you got to do is look at the guidelines. All right. Look, can you imagine? Look, that's 10 teaspoons over. And for a man, you're way over in just that little bit of fufu. And you can imagine when people eat fufu, they're eating a lot more than that. 16 tablespoons worth of sugar in that small pieces of fufu. Wow. Okay, Mr. P and KK, you're going to have another chance. You got some competition this week. It looks like you two have some competition this week. So let's see how we're going to get on with the next. This is 170 grams worth of spaghetti. And it's whole wheat. Remember, they say whole wheat is good for us. There is no such thing as good whole wheat. It's still a carbohydrate. It still raises your blood sugar. All right? Yeah, hold on. The newcomers just start to win easy like that. Well, Mr. B, don't. Come on. Take it nicely. Let's see how you get on. We've got this one. Is it A, 7 teaspoons, B, 10 teaspoons, or C, 13 teaspoons? Let me see how you're going to go on. So Pauline's coming in with B. All right? Let's see if we're going to have any other answers. A, 7 teaspoons, B, 10 teaspoons, and C, 13 teaspoons. We have another contestant. B, you're coming in with B. CC says, K says C, and Mr. P, oh, come on now. Why are you, come on, Mr. P, come on. Don't start sulking now. Are you going to give us your answer or not? Or are you just frightened to get the buzzer again? Which one? A. Okay, so we have a full house here. We have A. Let's see where we go. Let's smash this and let's see where we're going with this. All right. The answer is 10B. Wow. Oh, listen, guys. The newcomers are really KK and Mr. P. I have to give you this again. You guys are not doing well today at all. And the newcomers are really, really taking you guys on. Well done, Pauline. And well done, baby. You got that right. Yeah, come on. I don't want anyone to say it's fixed. This is the fair show. We do things fair here. All right? Well done, Pauline. Well done. So, listen. You guys have a chance to redeem yourself because you guys have been watching this show for a while now. You shouldn't be getting this wrong. And the newcomers are just whooping you. I mean, they're 2 out of 2. Let's say you get on in this last one here. This is the last dish. Your chance to redeem yourself, all right? Let's say you get on. This is 150 grams of boiled yam. My mum used to love yam. I mean, yellow yam, white yam. She used to love it. I absolutely love it. So these are the options. A, 10 teaspoons. B, 12 teaspoons. Or C, 14 teaspoons. Oh, come on. That's not. You're throwing your toys out the pram now. I can even rig like the election. All right. So come on. Is it A, 10, B, 12, or C, 14? You have a chance to redeem yourself. So KK says B. And there we go. Pauline says C. Let's see where Mr. P is going to come in there. And Cynthia says B. Okay. 2 for B, 1 for C. And Mr. P said C. Okay, let's see where we're going with this one here. Now, let's smash this and just see how much sugar is inside it. KK men said C. Ah, there we go. 12. Well, KK, you meant to say C, so you changed your mind. So you got that one wrong. Mr. P, you got that one wrong. And let me just move this tab to see where we're looking, how we're going on. Look at that. Mr. P, you got whooped today, and I think Pauline, yeah, that's it. Pauline says stop hating. Pauline, I think you got that one right again. I mean, the comment has gone off, but I think you got that right. But let me just, with great pleasure, offer this sound to Mr. P and KK. It's not your week this week. It's just not your week. But well done To the newcomers, you absolutely done so well, and you got that right. Yeah, yeah. It happens, man. You happen. But Pauline, well done. I think you got all of them right, Pauline. You done incredibly well. Yeah. Oh, come on now. Stop throwing your toys at the pram, Mr. P. There's always next week, and we're back with 3 again next week. So before I come to this, let me come here and speak to you. In fact, let me just share with you some things that are happening in the week before I come and give you the reflection. Let me go back and share that with you. All right, let me do that for you with you. I'll take the adverts off. Now, I've opened up Tribe. Now, what you can see is a picture of me when I was 53 years old. This is an actual picture, and on the right, a picture when I was 56 years old. Simply using the methods that I prescribed in this show. I mean, the transformation is amazing, and I'm so happy. I mean, I'm 57 years old now, and I feel great. I feel absolutely fantastic. And yes, that picture still looks like me, definitely. All right. Tribe is open up. Tribe can help you do that. It's weight loss made simple. Yes. And if you're age 40, if you need to lose weight, also, if you want to gain more energy, and if you want to improve your health, Tribe can help you. Tribe can help, and it's open now. I have really worked hard to put together a platform that can help and guide you. And it's about building a community. It's not about you doing something for a week or 2 weeks or 4 weeks or a detox for 5 weeks, even though a detox is a great thing to do. Tribe is about you building a lifestyle, and I want to build a community of people who want to journey with me into the years to come, feeding themselves in a healthy way and feeding their family. And the great thing about Tribe is, look, there's also a 14-day trial now. There's a 14-day trial, so you can go to Tribe, this address here, all right, and you can do a 14-day free trial. Absolutely free. There's actually, it's not even just a free trial. There's actually a program called the L.E.A.N You, and I take you through a guided 14-day program that will lay the foundations for you to be able to start your new lifestyle. So go to Tribe, leanlifestyletribe.com. Join absolutely free for 14 days. If you like it, stay. If you don't, fair enough. It was nice having you on a journey, but even if you don't like it, I'm sure you'll actually gain something by being part of Tribe. And if you do join Tribe, make sure you join the community, because that is going to be a hub, a place where we want to support each other. So this is Tribe. Really please, it's open. Go to leanlifestyletribe.com, register free for 14 days. And then after that, I'll be honest with you, it's £29 a month, which is less than pound a day. It's absolutely nothing. And when you log on, you'll see the amount of resources that you can have and have access to. All right. Now, the other thing is for the men, I have a program called the L.E.A.N Brotherhood. All right. That's starting in January the 2nd. It's going to be a 30-day program. I held this program last year, and it was incredible. Absolutely incredible. People lost 21 pounds in 31 days, but this one is just aimed at men. All right. And it's going to be starting on the 2nd of January, because we know us men need to look after ourselves. So ladies, encourage your men to go on this program. And look, if you can register at the L.E.A.N MindBodyCoach.com. That's my other website, the main website. If you register before the 14th of February, you will get some early bird bonuses of £700. I mean, £700 worth of real bonuses, not just fake bonuses, real bonuses. So if you register early, you'll get £700 worth of bonus, which include personal coaching from me, includes access to Tribe. I mean, there's so much we're giving. All right, so that's the L.E.A.N Brotherhood. I need, as I said, register before the 14th. L.E.A.N Bites Live, I'll be back next week. I'm not too sure the subject I'm going to do next week. I think it may be about stress. I deliberating. I've had a few people email me about some things, but again, if there's a subject you'd like me to cover next week, put it in the chat here, yeah, or send me an email at ken@the.leanmindbodycoach.com, and I'll cover that. So I'm not absolutely sure what subject I'm going to do next week, but I will be back here next week, 7 o'clock. All right, and on Monday, I have my first international guest on the Make Health Your Habit podcast live, Dr. Isaiah Joseph. It's going to be a fantastic show. He's written a book that contains some fantastic low carb recipes. It's my first international guest, and I'm really looking forward to it. So join me on Monday on the Make Health Your Habit podcast live, 7 o'clock. And yeah, that's going to be great. And you know, if you like what I was speaking about, a great way to also help you is my book, The L.E.A.N MindBody Method. It's a great book. I've been getting some great testimonies about that. And it focuses on nutrition, exercise, sleep, all about what we're talking about today. You can go to my website and you can purchase that book. $14.99 is a great investment. So just go to the website. And finally, this is what you can do. If you liked what you heard today and you thought, well, I want to try some of low carb recipes, then go to my website, either leanlifestyletribe.com or the leanmindbodycoach.com, and register on the main list, and you'll get this free 5-day meal plan. Absolutely free. Now I'm going to show you some of the dishes in there. Look, one of the dishes is this garlic trout. Absolutely delicious, sugar-free. Another dish is jerk chicken. Yes, jerk chicken. And you have a low-carb jerk sauce recipe in there. Absolutely free. It's a recipe that I put together, and it's absolutely delicious. So that's included there as well. And also, there is curry salmon. This is just some of the dishes that are in that free meal plan. All you got to do is go to the website and register, the leanmindbodycoach.com or leanlifestyletribe.com. And if you go to leanlifestyletribe.com, all you got to do is move the mouse off the page, and then the pop-up will come and you register, and that will come. So fantastic. And included in the meal plan recipe is the shopping list. I'm really glad you listened to. Also, Geraldine, pleased to have you. Hope to see you again next week or on Monday. The shopping list. If you have any trouble, just let me know. But there's a detailed shopping list. In the meal plan, there's even a guide on what to do with your leftovers. Yes, free. Absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything. And that is a detailed 5-day meal plan which covers everything that we spoke about today. So that's the advert today. leanlifestyletribe.com or the leanmindbodycoach.com. All right, so now let's move to the final part of the show, which is what I call the lean reflection part of the show, where I'm just going to end with a message, a very quick message, because the L.E.A.N MindBody Method is all about mindset. And this is quite a pertinent message, and it's actually a true story. When I was younger, I knew this. I was working with this guy. He was an older man, and he was doing incredibly well for himself. And one day he pulled me aside. He said, "Can I really like you?" He said, "You have a lot of potential." I was only about in my early 20s. He said, "You have a lot of potential." And he says, I want you to aim for this figure to be able to earn by the time you are a certain age. And it wasn't long after that. It was about, say, 5-6 years after he gave me the time. I won't tell you the figure, but he gave me the figure that I should earn. And I said, great, because at that time I thought, you know what, I'm up and coming, I can do it. And it was great that this guy believed in me. Now, move on 5 or 6 years, and I was in London speaking to him, but I then met him in Manchester, of all the places I went to do in Manchester in business. I was in the queue getting some bacon and eggs at that time. Yes, I eat bacon. And he tapped me on my shoulder and he said, "Hi, Ken." And I looked up and, "Oh, how are you?" And the first words that came out of his mouth was this: "Ken, how are you getting on with that goal I set you?" Now, I was astounded. I mean, how did this man remember that he'd even set this goal 5-6 years ago? So then my reply was a stutter. "Well, you know what?" And he said, "Pardon?" I said, "Well, I don't really feel I need to achieve that goal at the moment, because I'm really kind of happy where I am." And because I hadn't achieved it. I hadn't even really tried to strive for it. He looked me in the eye and said something that totally changed my perspective. He looked at me and said this. He said, Ken, is it that you haven't, is it the fact that you haven't achieved the goal, or have you just settled for less than you deserve or are capable of achieving? Have you settled for less than you deserve or are capable of achieving? Have you settled for less than you deserve or are capable of achieving? I wanted the floor to open up because he hit the nail on the head. Because I had settled. I had settled for less. And I convinced myself that's what I wanted. So my question to you is, have you settled? Have you settled for less than your life? Have you settled for that figure that you have? Have you settled for that weight on your stomach that you have? Have you settled for your level of fitness in or outside of the gym? Have you settled in your life? Now, this settling could cross many spectrums, your work, your personal life, and particularly now, I'm talking about your health and well being. Have you settled? Have you said, well, I'm 50, I'm 55? Oh, well, you know what? That's okay. This is the best I could do. Maybe because everybody else around you maybe looks the same as you with the greatest respect. That is a form of social contagion. So you think, well, everybody else is putting on weight around me. I'm not bad. I'm not as bad as Susan. I'm not as bad as Trevor. So you're someone I can do with my stomach. I can. Have you settled? Have you settled? It doesn't matter. I changed my lifestyle at 53. And my future self is going to thank me so much. Have you settled? Can you do better? I believe you can if you've settled. Only you know the answer to that question. But if you have settled for less, now is the time. Now is the time. We've had a year where we've had enough time to give us reflection and introspection. Set yourself up for the last period of 2020 and set yourself up for 2021 to be your best year ever, where you don't settle for less. You don't settle for less in your fitness. You don't settle for less in your health, where you don't settle for less in any area of your life, because you are not going to settle for less than you deserve or you are capable of achieving. And that's the message for today. Don't settle for less. All right. So I really, really hope you've enjoyed the show. The comments are up there if anybody wants to make any last comments. Again, the show normally takes about 40 minutes on a Wednesday. I kind of took a little bit longer because of what I was showing you. But hey, it's all great. I hope you've got something great from it. Again, remember, Tribe, register for Tribe, go for the 5-day meal plan if you just want to do that. And thank you very much, Mr. P. I'm pleased you like the message. And really just reduce your sugar. It doesn't matter whether you're as thin as a rake, you could have visceral fat in your stomach. All right. Thank you very much, baby. I really appreciate that you like the message. You could have visceral fat. I don't know how slim you are. Give up, reduce the sugar. Don't use your size as an indication for your good health. All right. Make sure you reduce your sugar in any way whatsoever. And if I can help you do that over the course of the next weeks and months, because I'll be here, I will be here, I'm not going anywhere, then I'll do that. Because believe me, it's my passion and my complete core belief that the obesity crisis and the diabetes crisis can be solved or minimized if people adopt the lifestyle that I live. Low carb diet, focusing on sleep, focusing on exercise, and focusing on mindset. So great. Listen, I'm going to go and enjoy my lamb neck. Yeah. Beautiful, succulent lamb neck. I'm going to have it with some cauliflower rice. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to enjoy that this evening. I hope you enjoy that. Listen, guys, Great to see you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please, thank you very much, Janet. Please just subscribe. Just like, subscribe. Yes. So you'll be notified whenever there's another show. So just subscribe to the channel. Great. If you're watching on Facebook, my family, like this video, make a comment, share the video on Facebook, share the video. You can share the link which you might have been sent with your friends so they can come and they can then watch this show all over again. You can watch it over again. But listen, of all the habits, and I say this every single week, of all the habits you could develop, of all of them, I cannot think of a better habit that you can develop than to make health your habit. Bye for now, and I'll see you at the same time next week. Have a good day.